Hello students, today's topic is electrostatic properties of a conductor. First one, net electrostatic field is zero in the interior of a conductor. If we place a conductor in an electric field, here you can see this is the external electric field. If a conductor is placed in electric field, what will happen there? The free electrons in that conductor begin to move in the opposite direction of the electric field. Then what will happen there? Due to the movement of this electrons, here we can say negative charges are induced on the left end and the positive charges are induced on the right end of the conductor. Here you can see negative charges accumulated at the left end and positive charges at the right end of the conductor. This process continues till the electric field inside that electric field we can call induced electric field set up by these induced charges that should become equal and opposite to the external field. That means induced electric field will be equal to the external electric field in magnitude but direction opposite there. Then we can say the net field that is equal to E external electric field minus induced electric field, that will be equal to 0. So we can say the net field inside a conductor is 0. Second one, just outside the surface of a conductor, electric field is normal to the surface. If this electric field is not normal to the surface, there will be a tangential component to the surface that will cause the flow of charges. Okay, if flow of charges there means that will be the reason for surface current. But no such current can exist under static condition. From the word static means rest. So we can say here the electric field should be normal to the surface of the conductor at every point. Third property, the net charge in the interior of a conductor is 0 and excess charge resides on its surface. Here you can see a conductor carrying excess charge Q with no currents flowing in it. In this you can see inside this electric field is 0 and here we need to consider a Gaussian surface inside the conductor just near this outer boundary. Here you can see dotted lines there, that is the Gaussian surface we considered. You know at all points inside the conductor electric field is 0. So what will happen to the flux? The flux through the Gaussian surface must be 0. Here flux is equal to phi is equal to Q by epsilon 0, 1 by epsilon 0 times the charge. You know flux is equal to 0, so we can write Q by epsilon 0 equal to 0. From this we can write Q is equal to 0. So we can say there is no charge inside the conductor. Okay, then we can say the entire excess charge Q must reside at the surface of that conductor. Next one, potential is constant within and on the surface of a conductor. We know electric field, that is negative potential gradient. From that we can write E is equal to minus dV by dr. E is equal to 0. So we can write minus dV by dr is equal to 0. Inside the conductor only I am saying. So dV is equal to 0 and we can say V is a constant. This surface of a conductor is an equipotential surface. Equipotential means you know no change in potential there. Electric field at the surface of a charged conductor is proportional to the surface charge density. Here we have to consider a charged conductor of irregular shape. We can take sigma as the surface charge density at any point on the surface. For determining electric field at a point, we have to choose a short cylinder as the Gaussian surface. Here you can see that cylinder there. Here you can see that cylinder lies partly inside and partly outside the conductor. It has a cross-sectional area delta S and negligible height. You know phi is equal to electric flux, phi is equal to E delta S is the electric field. Then we can write an equation for charge in terms of sigma. surface charge density. So Q is equal to sigma delta S. Now phi is equal to Q by epsilon 0. Here we can substitute for phi E and for the charge. Then we will get E delta S is equal to sigma delta S by epsilon 0. We can cancel this area. Then we will get E is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. So here we can say the electric field at the surface of a charged conductor is proportional to the surface charge density. Last one, electric field is 0 in the cavity of a hollow charged conductor. Here you can see a charged conductor having a cavity with no charges inside the cavity. Imagine a Gaussian surface inside the conductor quite close to this cavity. This dotted line gives you the Gaussian surface there. So everywhere inside the conductor you know electric field is 0 and potential is constant there. By Gauss's theorem we can say charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface is also 0, that we have proved earlier. Consequently, this electric field must be 0 at every point inside the cavity that you know. So the entire excess charge plus Q lies on its surface. Electrostatic shielding. The phenomenon of making a region free from any electric field is called electrostatic shielding. It is based on the fact that electric field vanishes inside the cavity of a hollow conductor that we already discussed as the sixth property of that conductors, electrostatic property of conductors. Then here we need to know some applications of electrostatic shielding. During lightning, it is safest to sit inside a car rather than near a tree. If you are standing outside the car, that is very dangerous. So at the lightning time, if you are sitting inside a car, that day you will be safe. Why means that is due to the application of this electrostatic shielding. The metallic body of the car becomes an electrostatic shielding from lightning. Next one, sensitive components of electronic devices are protected or shielded from external electric disturbances by placing metal shields around them. Then the last one, in a coaxial cable, the outer conductor connected to the ground provides an electrical shield to the signals carried by the central conductor. Thank you.